Hi everybody, welcome to VeteranBassin. Today we're going to be talking about, we talked about the fall transition. Now we're going to talk about how to catch these fish. Now I wanted to do this video outside, but for the next few days it's going to be raining here and I really can't get out like that considering the fact of the back surgery. In the last video I told you that there is still time for a flipping bite and a pitching bite. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of the other ways of catching these fish one by one. So we're going to start off with pitching and flipping. So with pitching and flipping, I like to kind of start off with a nice wide gap hook with a 1.5 ounce weight. I like to try to go lighter if I can get away with it. And as far as what I'm flipping, let me get here. I like to use, of course, some, you gotta throw a Cinco. You gotta throw a Cinco, but then some kind of crawl. These are the raised tail crawl from Strike King. What else I got? I'm about out of bait. I ain't really been fishing in a minute. But raised tail crawl, stick bait, any soft plastic for flipping. Also, if you're talking flipping and pitching, you kind of gotta go with a jig. Now, I'm looking for the jig that I normally would use. Ain't that something? Ah, here we go. The flipping or pitching jig. This is more the finesse style jig. You can see where it's got that archy head. And again, I have the raised tail crawl as my trailer. Flipping and pitching at least until the grass die out. And again, with a jig, you might not get as many bites, but you get very quality bites with a jig. Now you get more bites with a Cinco or any soft plastic, but I'm not going to say that you won't get quality fish, but your quality fish will more come on a jig rather than a soft plastic when it comes to pitching and flipping. I got lost for words for a minute there. The other thing I said would be about the top water. And with top water, you still got your frogs, your whopper ploppers. Now, some of these lures I don't have on me. Lend them out to, gave some of them to friends and so forth to use, considering the fact I'm down and out right now. So, but I still have a top water, a popping perch. This thing catches fish. Top water, it catches fish. I've seen a lot of top water lures, but this thing right here, straight out catches fish. That would be the popping perch. Of course, you have your standard frog. Now with the frogs, the one thing that I will tell you, and a modification that I like to do, is the legs right here. I like to trim those up, you know, about that much. To me, with, you know what I'm saying, it's too long as you are working your lure, you walking the bait. The other top water would be a buzz bait. Now, buzz bait is pretty good because it makes that it uses a lot of noise to attract the fish, and you can pair that up with a, where is it at? You can pair that up with a contact. It gives it that good kicking motion as you're going. You know, run that up around the dead grass, so forth, so on, and those would be your top water. Now, coming up pretty soon on into the fall, the only thing you're going to really have is reaction. And coming up in the fall, that's where pretty much the crankbait shines. It shines in the fall. Now, during the transition, crankbait, I would stay with something in the bold colors, a shad chartreuse, or get that turned around here. Or you could go with, get that loose. And this is a lipless crankbait, or a rattle trap, how you want to call it. Well, it's a rattle trap, I'm sorry. It's not a lipless crankbait. My lipless crankbait is gone. But a craw color. Now, a craw color can actually be thrown year round. But it works just as fine in the fall. It works just as good in the fall too. So with those being said, you can go with your craw, your shad. But as we get on into the fall, then you would want to go more with your natural colors. Natural colors, you know what I'm saying, will help. Also, a trick on modifying your crankbaits. Now, I haven't done it to any of these yet, but if you take, now I did it with both, and normally I don't, but you see that red hook, change your hooks out, and put a red hook on the front, because as you fire that bait out there, and you're doing your retrieve, as the bass are looking, they're following the bait, and they're looking for a point to strike. Well, I don't know why, but most of the time without the red hook, they mostly go for the tail end. So you get that back, you get them hook on the tail end. So when they come up to shake, it's easier for them to shake that hook out the mouth. But if you with a red hook in the front, then I couldn't tell you why they do it. I really couldn't. But they go for that red hook. They go for the red hook. And when they go for that red hook, the red hook hooks them, but it also gives the back hook time a chance to get a hook in there, so it's harder for the hook to come out. Now, there are certain retrieves that you could do with the rattle trap. I'm sorry, I got the crankbait in my hand, but you know, rattle trap, crankbait, there are certain you really can't really fish them wrong. You really can't. You have a steady retrieve where you just fire it out there and just give a slow, steady retrieve. There are some where you fire it out there and you burn it in, and you pause. And then you burn it in and pause. And if the fish is following at that pause, the fish is going to stop. But the minute you go to burn it in, they're going to actually smash that lure. Now, like I said previously, flipping, pitching, that's for the grass that is still there. But where the crankbait shines is when you are fishing the fish that are on the hard cover. You know, the dark pilings, stumps, lay down trees, rocks, so forth, so on. And the magic of these is when you bang them against that hard cover. Most of your strikes are going to be off of banging on that hard cover. Now your rattle traps, these are more for, I use these more to look for fish. These are my search bait. You know, I use them to cover water and to find the fish. Once I hone in and find out where they are, if it's in grass, well, I don't really use them in grass, but if they are up on the dock pilings and so forth, so on, I will pretty much about put this down and pick up the crankbait. Now, fall time is a great time, especially for crankbait fishing. This is when crankbait fishing shines. It shines really. Along with crankbait fishing, as you get on into the fall and into the winter, swim baits work very good also as well. But that will be a video for another time. But in any case, I hope you learned something in this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button if you haven't done so. And also turn on the notification bell. And comment anything that you would like to see me talk about in the video, considering the fact that I can't go out and fish right now. Well, actually, I can. I can go fishing with a brim buster or a cane pole, but that ain't the type of fishing that I like to do, to be honest with you. I'm not the one to go for bait fish. I will go for catfish, but I'm not the kind of person who like to do that with a brim buster or a cane pole. And we use that in the country in the South. We use that a lot. But again, hit that notification bell. Comment anything that you would like to for me to talk about, and also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, I said that right. Twitter and Instagram. It's been good. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you out there later.